Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's explainer. We are tackling one of the absolute most frustrating pull your hair out problems any property owner can face. I mean, we've all been there, right? The stubborn, recurring plumbing clog. We're looking at some fantastic insights today from our source material on hydrojetting versus descaling, and we're going to break down exactly how to solve this underground mystery once and for all.
Just picture this maddening scenario for a second. You've got a blocked pipe. You do everything right. You call in a pro, you pay good money to get your drain cleaned out, and finally, the water's flowing again. You breathe this massive sigh of relief. But then, literally just a few weeks later, bam! The drain is backed up again in the exact same spot. It's infuriating, right? It makes you wonder, why on earth do drains clog again right after they've been professionally cleaned? Did the technician just do a terrible job? Well, as we're about to see, the answer usually lies hidden deep inside the pipe itself.
To understand why this happens, we first have to look at a super popular cleaning method. This brings us to Section 1, hydrojetting's limits, or as we're calling it, the half-finished job.
So, hydrojetting is this incredibly powerful tool. It uses highly pressurized water to absolutely blast away loose debris. We're talking food waste, hair, that nasty soap residue, and all the accumulated gunk that builds up from daily life. The high-pressure water acts like a massive flush, just pushing all this stuff right out of your system. But notice the key word here, loose. Hydrojetting really just focuses on loosening and flushing away the material that's already sitting there in the pipe. And that leads us to the hidden villain of our story. While high-pressure water clears that loose debris, it completely leaves the hard coating behind. Think about it. Water pressure alone, no matter how incredibly strong it is, often completely fails to break through this stubborn, hardened crust that's literally stuck directly to the walls of your pipes. It's kind of like trying to wash Big Dawn grease off a frying pan with just a garden hose, you know? You'll easily get the loose crumbs out, sure, but that rock-hard crust isn't going anywhere. Which brings us right into Section 2, the hidden villain, and introducing descaling.
Let's officially define what we're actually talking about here. Descaling is the removal of hardened mineral deposits. Often this is calcium or magnesium, and it bonds to your plumbing surfaces over time. When you leave it untreated, this rough crust acts exactly like sandpaper inside your pipes, just snagging and trapping brand new hair and soap the very next time it passes by. If you live in an area with hard water, these specific minerals are flowing through your pipes every single day. Over months and years, they latch onto the pipe walls and harden into the super dense scale. It literally narrows the diameter of the pipe from the inside out.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core difference we really need to understand today. On one side, notice how hydrojetting flushes loose food, hair, and grease. Awesome for that. But on the other side, descaling actually removes that bonded calcium and magnesium crust. They are fighting completely different battles inside your plumbing. Jetting clears out the traffic jam, but descaling actually widens the road back to its original size.
So we know the theory now, but how does a property owner actually know if they have this hidden crust ruining their plumbing? Let's look at Section 3, spotting the signs and do you need descaling? Here are the common triggers that the pros look out for. The most obvious one is when a camera inspection actually reveals a rough, whitish, or crusted scale right there on the pipe walls. Another massive red flag, recurring blockages in the exact same spot, right after a hydrojetting. If your water flow improves briefly after a cleaning, but then degrades super quickly, that means new deposits are rapidly catching on that remaining scale. Also, if you know you have hard water conditions in your area, or if you're managing high-use industrial lines, you are for sure at a much higher risk for this rapid mineral buildup.
Let me ask you this directly. Do drains in the exact same area of your home or building clog repeatedly? Think about it. If your bathroom sink or a specific toilet keeps backing up time and time again, despite your absolute best plunging efforts, well, it strongly implies a chronic narrowing issue inside that specific pipeline. It's not bad luck, folks. It's just physics. The pipe is simply too narrow to handle normal waste anymore because that scale has completely taken over.
Let's move to and see how this builds. Section 4, the professional process and doing it safely. Because you can't just pour random chemicals down the drain to fix this.
Seriously, don't do that. Pouring harsh chemicals down a blocked drain can cause massive property damage. Instead, a true professional takes a very specific chronological methodology. Step 1 is the hydrojet, and timing really matters here. The line absolutely must be fully flushed of loose obstruction first. Step 2 is a camera inspection. This confirms that the hard mineral residue actually remains. I mean, you got to see the enemy to fight it, right? And finally, step 3 is the chemical descale and rinse. Once that loose debris is totally gone, specialized products designed specifically to dissolve those mineral deposits are applied, followed by a really thorough rinse to leave the line completely clear.
And what's really interesting here is the emphasis on materials. Methods must be tailored to the specific pipe material, whether that's PVC, cast iron, ABS, or older metals. Because pipes differ so wildly in how they react to chemicals and friction, a reputable technician carefully evaluates your exact pipe type before they even recommend a descaling strategy. The wrong method, it could severely damage older metal lines or create totally unsafe conditions. So precision and expertise are absolute keys here.
Let's connect all this underground science directly back to your wallet in our final section, Getting It Right, and the bottom line. So, the crucial point is beautifully summarized by this quote straight from our source material. Address the right problem the first time. Guessing whether your pipe is full of loose debris or hardened scale, that is a surefire way to waste your money. If you pay for jetting when you actually need descaling, you are absolutely going to be calling the plumber back next month. You need proof of what's actually happening down there.
And that leaves us with our most actionable takeaway. Always ask your contractor for a post-jet camera inspection to document any remaining mineral deposits. Seriously, demand that visual proof. By insisting on a camera inspection after the initial jetting, you take the guesswork entirely out of the equation. You can see with your own 2 eyes if that hidden villain, the mineral scale, is still lurking. So the next time your sinks start gurgling and backing up, ask yourself, are you just going to put a temporary hydrojetting Band-Aid on a dirty pipe, or are you finally ready to cure the underlying disease? Empower yourself with this knowledge and you can stop the cycle for good. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you on the next one.